I thought today was going to be a usual Saturday morning of estate sales, but the description for this one did not mention it was a true hoarder house, so I wasn't as prepared as I should have been.
I haven't sifted very much. There's a lot to sift, so.
Yeah, there is.
So there could be, I don't know. I think I better throw away some of this.
Sorry. What was also unusual about the sale was that it said it was going to be for 1 hour only. Looking at everything in here, I had my work cut out for me. There were already a handful of people that came very early, and I was surprised that they got in. I decided to check out a room that wasn't as occupied and started digging in there first. This closet was really surprising. I don't think that it had been touched for at least 20 years, and some of the shirts I found were not just vintage, but like time capsule worthy. I'll show all the ones that I pick up at the end after they're all cleaned. Oh, that's... It's even the oven. Just loaded.
Just can't get over it. The oven.
Are you the one running the sale?
Yeah.
There was a social security card in one of the boxes.
Okay, thank you. I'm trying to get...
So that, I don't think should be
yeah,
sold.
You know, I'm trying to get anything with ID stuff out of here, so thank you for doing that.
It's tough, you know you're gonna keep finding stuff, but is it worth it? Yeah, is it worth it?
That's good.
After grabbing those clothes, I went down into the basement that also had so much stuff to look through. I spotted these vintage lunchboxes like Garfield, Care Bears, and Batman. Here I did a quick scan on the Lens app to make sure that I wasn't missing out. Vintage lunchboxes used to be super collectible, and I'm sure there are exceptions, but for the most part, I don't think any of these would go for over $20, and they were so dirty that the time it would take to clean them just wasn't worth it to me. There was another closet down in the basement, but the real treasure was stuffed way in the back on the top shelf. My dad's been super into making puzzles lately, and I found a huge Star Wars collection with most of these puzzles being brand new. He's gonna love these. There were so many more pieces of clothing stored in all these giant rubber trash cans, and I ended up tag teaming with another guy who was also looking for clothes. We shared the wealth, and whenever we found a new can or a new pile, we made sure the other knew about it. The way I see it, there are two types of mindsets in reselling and in business in general. One type of person has a scarcity mindset like, don't share my secrets. And the other type of person is someone who believes that if you're truly good at what you do, there's enough to go around for everybody, and I try to be that kind of person.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
You want to grab one? It's looking like some heat, honestly.
Oh yeah, the Bugs
Yeah,
Bunny.
there's some crazy ones in here.
That's wild.
Did you find some good stuff?
Yeah.
Like mostly pants.
It's kind of a weird way to store clothes.
Yeah, I never would have guessed. Oh wait, I lost my sweatshirt.
The BYU one?
Yeah. I'll slid over here. Here, I'll make some space. A Star Wars bed sheet, that's kind of cool. Where's that? Amidala? Anything else down at the bottom of the barrel?
I don't know. Go on the...
Looks like all the best stuff was at the top of that one, huh? Well, the Batman's good.
Few bad ones.
At this point, my allergies were just taking over. I knew I could only handle being in there for a few more minutes. I was bummed that these Star Wars Lego boxes were all empty, though I probably should have grabbed them because there's even a market for collectors who need these empty boxes.
You got a favorite in there?
Nothing that I would keep for personal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just made a deal with that other guy for a full box of clothes for $10, so I think we're gonna do pretty good.
Oh my.
I decided to go out back to get some fresh air, and there was just as much stuff out there, and I had to keep looking.
Old Ronald right here. Old Ronald. I think he goes for around $50.
I discovered that this vintage Ronnie was missing the grimace in the front pocket, but I threw him in my bundle anyway.
Drop a comment and let me know if this would be worth it to you. I keep telling myself it's not worth it to go through this stuff, but then I just keep going through it. Oh, Brazil. What's really sad is there's like toys like Ninja Turtles, but they're just in such rough shape that there's no way that I think that they'd be worth anything.
The last thing that I found before I headed out was this big box of old comics and magazines. I've already sold all of this, and I'll go over for how much in just a second.
Bunch of like Disney cartoons, comics. Pocahontas. Mickey. Mario, there we go. Oh boy. How's it been?
Good. You?
Good. Looks like you have some good stuff. All right, I think I'm ready for you.
Ready to go?
Yeah, if you have a second.
Magazines, puzzles, and those are all just clothes?
Yeah, like fanny packs, a couple fanny packs, and
Yeah.
a couple.
$30?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Can I do a Venmo? I saw you're only doing this for like an hour or so today.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do with the rest of the stuff? Do you
I
know?
don't know. I mean, I am just wanting to try to get as much out as we can, and then we're gonna, whatever doesn't go today, we'll just start getting rid of. There'll be a few things I'll post on KSL or whatever that they have some value, but other than that, basically we just gotta start emptying out and getting going, you know.
Yeah.
So
Was this a family member? Did you guys buy this place?
So I'm kind of
sorry, I'm
no,
just
it's
curious.
fine. I'm just splitting it. So I live real close. So this is just a neighbor of mine, but he just needs to. The mom passed, left it to him. He's been living here for a few years, so gave him a little money to get out, and then I'm funding the rehab, and then we're gonna just kind of split the upside on it. So
That's nice.
kind of flip your own home model is
Yeah.
what I'm trying to do. So
Well, cool. I'm sure he appreciates it.
yeah, I think it can work out. I mean, for both of us, you know, he can hopefully get some bigger upside than if someone would just come by as is, and
Yeah.
I'm pretty protected because I'm just in it rehab costs, and so I'm pretty protected if we find some giant foundation falling apart or whatever, you know.
Right.
So I think it works out for both of us.
Okay, well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Wish you could see my GoPro right now. It is just like caked in dust. I'm really feeling it in my lungs. I think I was in there for about an hour, but this isn't over. We're gonna recap. I'm gonna clean all the clothes. I'm gonna show you what a great haul that was at an amazing price for 30 bucks.
I stopped at the laundromat on the way home to throw in all the clothes and even Ronald. He was clanking around in there, but was just too nasty to not at least try cleaning. I think it cost about $12 to wash and dry everything before I start putting it up for sale. All right, we're back here in my office. This place is really a mess right now, but I had to get this video out on time. It's been a few weeks, but we're gonna go over what I sold, and let's take a look at all the clothes that I picked up now that they're all clean. First, we got this vintage Snoopy. We got this really cool endangered species. Kind of an all-over print, goes front and back. That one's one of my favorites. Old Santa World. Another really cool nature one. We got the whales on the front and the back. Got an old school NASA on the Fruit of the Loom. And Apollo 13. I think these guys were really into space and animals. Wildlife illusions. We got the Elmo on the Sesame Street. One of my favorite tags to look out for. We got the Hard Rock going foreign. Another nature tee. The turtles. And then that back hit is crazy. That's what the kids say. Got another one right here. Little coral reef on the Warner Brothers. Got an old school Weber State. That's a school here in Utah where Damian Lillard went. Got that Brazil one that I found out in the back from '94. And then this one's definitely my favorite. This is the Marvin the Martian. This is like fully embroidered. So we got all of those for practically $10. Along with those, we got some fun stuff like this NASA hat. Just as neon as it gets. I'm gonna sell all these clothes, well, at least the nature ones, in just a big bundle. Clothes are just taking over this area of my house, and I hate it. I feel like the market is really oversaturated right now with vintage clothes. So in the future, if I don't have like a high dollar item or something that I can sell in a bundle, then I'm probably gonna pass on it. I also picked up a couple of really cool fanny packs. There was the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. Oh, and then the old school Ninja Turtles from the early 90s. I thought that fanny pack was really cool. Oh yeah, we got the doll that was Natalie Portman's character from Star Wars. I looked that up. That only goes for like $15, but when you get everything for $30, it was just worth it to give it a try. All right, as far as Ronald, he cleaned up a lot better than he was before. He isn't worth as much because of Grimace right here. You may recognize him from the Grimace milkshake. The purple character that's Ronald McDonald's friend usually fit right in this pocket. So he's missing. I mean, he's a little worse for wear. I did have to give him a haircut because he was having like some real strays. Turns out, I think in the video I said he was worth around $50, but after I looked him up more, sell-through rate really wasn't there. I'll be lucky to get like 25 bucks. That entire box of comics and old magazines, I divided those up into 4 categories, and then I sold those in bulk as well. I sold all of them on Facebook Marketplace. Okay, the first one that I got was a vintage comic collection. I sold that one for $30. That one had like Bugs Bunny, Barbie, a bunch of miscellaneous, Super Mario Brothers, stuff like that. The next one, the zoo books were super popular. I didn't realize that there was so much nostalgia around that, but I sold those like really fast for $20, and I probably could have gotten 40 to 50 because I probably had 15 to 20 people reach out to me. Someone just came and got it really fast, and I don't blame them. I've done that before myself. I put all of the Disney comics in a big bundle. There was Aladdin, Pinocchio, Snow White, mostly Aladdin, and I sold those the next day for $50. And then finally there was a bunch of old teen magazines from like 1993 through 95, and then I sold those for $30. These type of sales, especially these in estate sales, can be some of my very favorite places to go. And the video coming up after this is one of my favorite estate sale videos ever. It includes a $100 hat that I found, and if you don't know what it is, it's time to get informed. They go for crazy money.